the mighty have fallen. What bold fighter is it that's fallen before me? What brave warrior has decided to venture into my temple? Ah, my chosen. Do not doubt your senses, little warrior. You have not lost them. I am real. And even if you can't see me, I am talking to you. And only you. Is it not the job of a host to greet their guest? And you are certainly in my temple, are you not? Resting by the tomb of one of my greatest followers. Bleeding, dying, trying to make every breath count, while painfully aware that each one could be your last. Do not worry about the blood, little warrior. I am not a petty god, and there has been much in this temple over the years. A little more won't do any harm. In fact, a little more might help me shed greater quantities still. Yes, I am a god, and this is my temple. Though you are the first to visit in many, many moons. It has not been easy with the invasion going on. But you would know a thing or two about that, wouldn't you? After all, you are one of the land's invaders, pillaging, ransacking, doing whatever your clients tell you. A mercenary. The leader of a band of mercenaries, in fact. It must take some skill to keep such a group in line. And I have seen you display much in your time. Why, I remember seeing how you led your men against the land's greatest warriors, again and again and again, proving each time that you were their superior, and that you were not to be trifled with. It was most impressive. It was what caught my eye, why I am speaking to you now. I have been watching you for some time, even before you came to these lands, for my power is cosmic, my gaze all-seeing. Nothing is hidden from me. There isn't a moment in your life I've missed, little warrior. All the hardship, all the trials that have brought you to this country, I've seen them all, including the one that brought you here. Your time in this country was almost done, wasn't it? Your mission upon these lands complete. You were simply waiting for your clients to give you the order to pull out. In that time, you had your squad completing a few side objectives. Raiding tombs and looting the temples belonging to my brethren. It was nothing new. Nothing you hadn't done 1,000 times before. But when you got to the village harboring my temple, something changed, didn't it? The villagers, they fear me. They long ago boarded up this temple, hoping I would be forgotten. But I was not. I lived in their hearts and minds, and when they saw you and your men moving towards my domain, they panicked. They were frightened about what you might unleash. And rightly so, for I am not a kind god. The sheer ferocity they showed when they fought to keep me imprisoned, I didn't know they had it in them. But it was futile, really. And And your men didn't take the villagers' panic well. They tried to stop them. Some far more aggressive than others. And for the first time in your life, for some reason only known to yourself, you tried to do the right thing. After years of living the most violent life imaginable, you gave the orders to cease firing, pull out and leave the village intact. And your soldiers killed you for it. Well, almost. I am sure you are well aware of the fact that you are dying, little soldier. The wounds in your body are deliciously fatal. I wonder, are they your reward for doing the right thing? Or punishment for the life you lived? Has life judged you one way or the other? Which way has the pendulum swung? It's hard to tell, isn't it? And that's not the only thing. I wonder what was crawling through your mind whilst you were doing the same across the desert. What compelled you to enter my temple? Was it delirium? Or something more? Perhaps you wanted to spend your last moment praying, begging forgiveness. I bet you expect to find an answer. Did you? But I have something more than an answer, little warrior. I have an offer. I have spent far too long in the shadows, feeling my power wane as the people forget about me one by one. I want to change that. I have to change that. Take a look at the walls around you. See their story? Once, long ago, like the other gods, I had a champion, a chosen, a feast. Whichever term you prefer, really. They all mean the same thing. Someone that could do my work upon this world. Spread my influence in ways that I cannot. You're lying against the sarcophagus of my last. They served me well. Perhaps a little too well. They performed their duty with such brutality, such vigor. The people were terrified of me. They thought me wicked, cruel. They're not entirely incorrect. But that's besides the point. When they came to my temple, my feast sought to stop them. He died. He failed. But his attempt was a valiant one. I buried him as the villagers buried me. He deserved nothing less, the same as all my disciples. But I have none left now. Would you be interested in changing that? A question! So bold for someone in your position. But go ahead, mortal. Ask it. There's an interesting one. Your knowledge of this country and its religions is sorely lacking, mortal. What am I the god of? Oh, I think my domain will greatly interest you. I am a god of many things. Chief among them, vengeance. That sparked your interest, didn't it? In return for becoming my feast of vengeance, I will save you and change your soul from a mortal one to an immortal one. I will remove your injuries with a wave of my hand and make it like they never existed. Your wounds will be healed, your scars repaired, and your body will be enhanced beyond mortal limits. You will be more than able to take revenge upon those that have wronged you. There is, of course, the caveat that you will be in my service, required to perform my duties. But you'll be alive, won't you? What's more, you'll have freedom. You won't have to be my disciple every second of every day. No, no, no. I am a cruel god, mortal. I freely admit that. But some might say I'm harsh, but fair. I avenge the wrongs that mortals perform on one another. I am true justice. But if it is concern for the village that fills your mind, mortal, worry not. I shall not command you to harm them. I need them after all. I need them to be afraid of me. I need them to fear me. For doing so will grant me power and restore me to my true self, making me truly divine once more. But enough questions. It is I who want an answer now, mortal. For this is growing tedious. It is time to decide. You need me far more than I need you after all. Because if you refuse, you'll die. And I don't think you'll like where your soul is going. Not unless I give you this chance to make up for it. If you do refuse, I'll just wait. Someone else will be along sooner or later. And I've waited all these years. I can wait a few more. Though I admit, you are perfect for the role. Smart, strong, and almost irredeemable. Which means you have the smallest hope of atonement, the slightest glimmer of redemption. They always make the best chosen. So, you've had some time to think it through, and the clock is ticking. You'd be dead already if I hadn't stopped your bleeding. But now, it's starting again. The blood is trickling, mortal. The pendulum is swinging. What will it be? You'll do it? Of course you will. You'd be foolish to refuse. And that's one thing you're certainly not. Very well, mortal. Or should I say, my disciple. Rise and become my feast of vengeance.